Hello, beautiful souls. November 26, 2025. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving tomorrow. Don't really partake in all that tradition. There's a lot behind the why. I just don't really I don't give my energy to that. There we go. I don't give my energy to that. So we'll see what wants to come through. I feel like I'm supposed to share a lot of my journaling snippets in the past 24 hours. We got some holiday stuff here. Eventually by next week, we're hoping to have our Christmas tree up. So yay. Hope everyone's doing well. This is day 16 of FreQSpeak, sharing out my raw frequency energy and authenticity, just being authentic in the now present moment in my hoodie, in my sweats. The kiddo's got a half a day, so I thought I'd get this video here done, and then if I'm called to, I will do another one later if I'm called to. Like I said, I don't force it. It's just if I'm called to press record, I will do that. And if not. Just got out of the shower, just finished my little bit of a workout. Again, I work out a lot less than I used to in the past, and that's because my divine feminine needed to come into balance, and that's been part of this healing process, is allowing that rest, that pause, that slow down. If you're part of the Divinely Aligned Collective, part of FreQSpeak, you'll have heard this. There's no coincidence that I was speaking on that before I heard certain videos being presented in the collective. So it's very fascinating how the cards resonated with certain messages before I even heard certain messages. It's just the universe, the divine source is your guide, your team. It's still always constantly fun and fascinating and all of that. So a lot of it was very synced up. The pieces kind of synced up and linked up together. So, all right. So, hope everyone's doing well. I've got my incense burning. I've got a candle lit back there. I've probably light some more candles. It doesn't seem like we have as many light codes coming in as we did yesterday. That was fascinating because it was a really cloudy, rainy day. And today is a cloudy day, but there was so much light code. So if you saw yesterday's video, go into it. There was just this energy, this sheen of just, there was no rhyme or reason why that is. And sometimes you don't see it with your naked eyes, but you can see it through the cameras and things like that. Okay. Excuse me. So anyway, so I'm just going to also just continue to remind you, it's that time of year to stand in your power, stand sovereign, speak your truth, no matter if it rubs somebody the wrong way, triggers somebody, if they just, okay, stand in your authentic frequency and energy. And if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no, or it's a not right now. It's okay to say no. I don't want to participate. It's all of that is perfectly okay. Also take those sacred pauses throughout your day. Take those rich days, as Zero has brought through Courtney and to you in the collective. Like I said, I've only heard it a few times. But basically my healing process has been a lot of rich days purposely. Everything has been designed accordingly. My journey, your journey, everyone's journey is designed perfectly, right? We've all set this up before we incarnated. All right. And everything's divinely aligned, right on time. So yeah, on that note, I'm just going to, so I mix up different oils and things like that. And so they're really good for cleansing, healing, and grounding. Again, protection. This is what we use for incense in the house. Typically, room spray. You can use this for cleaner. I think there's cloves, and I don't know what else is in here. There's just that's a blended one. And if I don't buy it, I will blend it myself because I like heavy scents. So I blend my oils heavy. All right, we're gonna rattle off some key codes, share some signs or synchronicities might be relevant for you. Just hearing me again speak them, or to say, hey, I heard these numbers, but maybe this message isn't relevant, but because I already heard these key codes, I'm watching other videos or I'm out in the world, pay your attention, taking those sacred pauses, you're going to see stuff, you're going to see things more and more and more. So I'm being guided to reference the crows this morning. So I had to be a little more mindful this morning on my sacred pauses because I was moving a little faster through space and time this morning. So in the car, the kiddo and I took 3 breaths before we left, dropped him off, and I paused to breathe before I left the parking lot, and I looked up and there's 2 crows that flew right in front of me. So that's your spirit team trying to get your attention. If I would have just rushed off, I wouldn't have seen that particular sign in synchronicity. So crows are definitely coming up, and they may be in reference to you. All right, a lot of numbers like the 717, the 717, 71, 17, 77. So all the 7s still showing up. 722 for me, 22, 222, 123, 1234, 3331. 211, so a lot of the 1s, the 1222s, the 344s, the 4455, so the 4s, the 5s. I get all of the numbers. Like I said, I just see all of the codes everywhere. I can read the license plates, you know, and the license plates will add up to 11, or they'll add up to 8. 8s are big. So the 8s came up quite a bit, and that's abundance. Okay. And so I'm just going to share some key codes on before I share some just quotes here and see what else decides to come through. And that might just be it, key codes and some notes. So peacocks again are coming up, 1122, 1404, 1202, and again that's 1707. Peacocks, crowns, a lot of crown synchronicities and signs. Alice in Wonderland, the White Rabbit, the movie Hook. So either we need to watch Alice in Wonderland, watch the movie Hook. Butterflies, the blue butterflies that have the really shiny and pretty. Rainbows, again, always violet. The colors violet, white, pink, and blue. So that's the crown chakra and the third eye. Like I've said, and you've heard probably many people talk about, our crown chakras have been getting activated and expanding, cleansed and cleared. And throat chakra. So a lot of those upper chakras, maybe some heart chakras too, but mine's mostly upper, throat, third eye, and crown. And I'll give you some symptoms that I've been dealing with. A lot of, like I said, a massive tooth pain yesterday, which came out of nowhere. I've had these breakouts. So anytime I'm going through any major throat chakra upgrades or activations or clearing, detox. And that usually comes out with breakouts of the skin, or itchy, or itchy skin, breakouts, pain, maybe discomfort in the jaw area. Sometimes that third eye pressure all the way down here. I've had like I said, I've had a lot of breakouts on my scalp, which is not normal for me, on and off for many months now. And I'll go through, and there was like, along with the pressure, the massive pressure, it feels like you're trying to squeeze your head into a crown that doesn't fit. It's like this massive pressure. And please, again, avoid all over-the-counter pharmaceuticals. Okay? Use essential oils. Peppermint oil is really good. Cinnamon oil, clove bud oil is really good behind the ears. Again, it's your preference, but again, it's just another way your body's going to have to detox those chemicals. Okay. So star came up a lot in a reading. I've really resonated with this particular reading. So star backward was rats, and I didn't realize that. So there's been rats in some of us have literally been hunted for lifetimes. Some of us have been used in rituals. If you know, you know. Things that I didn't quite understand that have been brought into my awareness through this entire journey, through readers, through channeled messages that just resonate. I don't know why they resonate, and so I sit on it, and then I hear it again and again and again and again, and I might go like a period of time where I hear it, and then I don't hear it, and then I hear it again. So understanding my childhood and connecting the dots, those puzzle pieces, that a lot of us here on this journey with our gifts and abilities, and this might not resonate with everybody, but it might resonate with some of you. You've been literally attacked and chased and tried to be taken out and or killed in every lifetime because of your essence, because of your star quality, because of your energy, and because of your frequency. And that a lot of us have been ritualized or used in energetic ritualistic practices in many ways, shapes, or form since we were little people, like from birth to like between birth and I'm meant to say like 2 or 3 years old, that we were energetically used as, whether those involved were aware of what it was, the nefarious, darker energies knew what they were doing. And if you know, you know. I'm not going to say anything more than that, but if you know, you know. Okay. So, So again, I already mentioned the sacred pauses, the golden aura. So talking about our auras, holding this golden aura, that came up kind of as a sign in synchronicity. Maybe you can resonate. So I mentioned yesterday, dulce fe niete, the stillness of doing nothing. So embody that energy of this 10-10 on the clock, completion. So a lot of 10s as well. So taking those sacred pauses consciously throughout your day. So taking those rich days, taking those sacred pauses, taking that, the sweetness of doing nothing. And that can look many ways for you personally, okay? So you maybe Eat, Pray, Love. I've rewatched that movie many times. So in the message last night from Courtney and Zero, she mentioned squirrels, and then Zero came through, and I love this, squirreling around. Like everyone, you're squirreling all over. You're squirreling there. You're squirreling around, squirreling all over. I have a lot of squirrels in my area. I feed a lot of squirrels. And we have a couple of squirrels. One we call Mama Squirrel, who, when she's out, if she's not hibernating, will watch us come up to the door. She'll come to the car. She knows us. We've been feeding her for many years now. And so she'll just kind of come up out of nowhere. And if we don't attend to her, she'll come to the window outside the door of the complex. You know, she doesn't usually come in the building or anything like that. But I resonate with the squirrel for sure. The squirrel energy, and just squirrels is one of my protectors, one of my spirit animals for sure. But when Zero said you're squirreling all over the place, so I get it. There's people that are just trying to figure out, and that was the earlier part of my journey. I'm just always trying to, like, squirreling around, trying to figure out what's the course we do, how do I do this, what am I supposed to be doing, all of that. So I let that go a while ago. Emergence came out. Also, the Emergence came out in the Earth Magic deck the other day. So we're emerging from the cosmic womb that came through. So we're all being birthed through that cosmic womb right now. You know, a lot of our gestational period is over, and now we're just being birthed through that cosmic womb into what is next. So what also came was Somewhere Over the Rainbow, the song Somewhere Over the Rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. So, and then I just want to continue it, but I'm again, my singing voice is what it is. So maybe listen to the song Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Definitely resonance again with the rainbow frequency and the music in the song. So again, resonance is your remembrance. So hopefully that you guys are having a beautiful day today. All right, so we are integrating and recalibrating. So I think why the biggest messages that are coming through right now from many channels outside of just Courtney and Zero and me just unconsciously kind of tapping into that energy and frequency is that slowing down. Sorry, my hair is just like, oh. So we, like I said, we always want to be on the other side of it. We don't want to integrate what we've received, whether that's downloads, messages, key codes, light codes, all of the stuff that's happening right now. We always want to be on the other side of that. So that's why we need to take these sacred pauses, slow down, take the days and just take rich days. Settle in the sweetness of doing nothing, the dulce fe niete, the sweetness of doing nothing, because your body's integrating, it's upgrading, it's changing, it's metamorphosizing. It takes work. It's detoxing, right? It's detoxing. It's shedding, right? It's the final stages of the shedding that's taking place. That's big work, right there. That's big work. The big work is being done in the rest, in the pause, in those sacred moments, in the stillness of doing nothing. Okay. Let's see here. Rest, I've already mentioned that. Pause, breathe. Okay. So you are the glitch in the matrix. A lot of us here now that have awakened, that are going through this, we are the glitch in the matrix. We are the way showers. We are the first wavers. We are group 7, whatever you resonate with. We're here to hold the bridge. We are the generational bridge. I heard that in a message this morning, so I'll get to that. Okay. So we're in the cosmic quantum birth canal. So I also heard that. It's cosmic quantum birth canal. Again, you're the glitch in the matrix. We're creating a whole new world. We are creating a whole new world. We're creating the foundation for the new to be built upon. Okay. Well, but what's happening is we're here setting that foundation as the old crumbles. Okay. So this has to crumble before this can be completely raised up. But we are the in-between. Okay. We're the bridges in between. We're here to create what doesn't exist. We know this. Okay. We're here to create what doesn't exist through source, through your higher self, and through higher consciousness. Okay. And being comfortable with playing in that unknown space, that space of uncertainty. And just know that this is just a form of creation, me sharing my real, raw, authentic self with you in my living space in this present moment. Okay. Confirmation text. All right. All right. You are here to be the first frequency. Or sorry, you are here to be frequency first. You are here to be frequency first. Okay. To be felt beyond the words. All right. To be felt beyond the words. All right. We're heading into that portal of overflow of magic and miracles. Ready, set, here we go. All right. So here's the interesting thing. I kept seeing under the stars, under the stars, under the stars. I think there's a song, Under the Stars, but I Googled this. I was looking for a picture to send my significant partner for Under the Stars. I was looking for pictures, and what popped up was a movie called Under the Stars. So that was no coincidence that my team, okay, so maybe, I know when my team gives me movies and songs, listen to them, because that's how my clairaudience and how my information comes to me through my team, is that we need to sit and watch Under the Stars to see if there's, again, signs, synchronicities, key codes, because you coded yourself to maybe watch this movie and have something in that movie resonate, unlock, click. You know, that's just the way it works, okay? Okay. Let's see here. Stop. Yep, you're exhausted because you're overthinking. I was in that part. So some of you are still overthinking, and that overthinking is causing that mental exhaustion, which causes physical exhaustion and spiritual exhaustion. It's just this ripple effect. So stop thinking. Stop trying to figure it out. I had to surrender to the stop trying to figure out a while ago. It took me a little bit to let go of that. It took my ego a little bit in my mind. But let me tell you, once you do that, it becomes a lot easier. There's a lot more ease and grace with it. Okay? Let's see here. So that was all the stuff I got from yesterday afternoon. So I had a dream. I'm going to share the only part that I remember. My sleep has been, like I said, not great. So I woke up shortly before 1 from hot, sweaty, again, woke up from a dream. And the only thing I remember from the dream, so this might be referenced for me as a key code, is moving really fast. So somebody had gotten on a motorbike that looked like a dirt bike, but was kind of like a, what do you call that? A collaboration of like a motorbike and a dirt bike. Like mentally, it felt like more like a motorbike. And then so somebody, a male energy, got on it and sped off. So there's speeding off, or that fast moving energy. And then I remember getting on a motorbike and knowing how to do that and just sped off. And then that's, you know, when I woke up, I was awake, and then laying there, I got really hot. So I know, like, when there's a lot of heat and cold like that, that's my team. Something happened there. The other thing too is, while I was laying there attempting to go back to sleep, I listened to some messages that resonated. Is what came to bed in my mind before I went to bed last night after my meditation was in my mind. If y'all, my age group, probably go rewatch Back to the Future, the first one especially. So you know when Marty wakes up in his new reality, because they slightly altered the past, but in a good way. He woke up into a better environment, a more rich environment, a more healthy, stable environment. I had that feeling like it's just going to happen. Like we're just going to wake up and we're just going to maybe be what we think is in the same space, but everything has shifted. We've quantum jumped. We've quantum leaped. I had this just innate knowing, and I had that scene, and that's how spirit works with me, is like movies and music, movies especially, or songs, where I just had, and I've rewatched the series here not too long ago, but it dropped in like you're just going to wake up one day and things might seem the same, but they're not. They're completely altered and different because you've jumped those timelines. You've quantum leaped. And the other thing I'm guided to mention is, you know how, and I'm watching the series Heroes right now, and they're talking about messing up that space-time continuum bullshit. I think that's programming. Just like you'll hear that in the Back to the Future movies, that if you do something to alter it, you're going to fuck up space-time continuum. You could blow up. I think that's dark, nefarious energies programming. So pay attention to that, because you can jump timelines and quantum leap as much as you want. It's about a choice. It's just making just a different decision or things like that. And remember, everything's happening all at once at the same time. And that movie has come up a couple times for me to watch, which was, what is it called? Everything all the time, all at once. I think it's everywhere, all the time, all at once. Everywhere, all the time, all at once. So everything, again, past, present, and future is always happening, but you're always only in the present moment. If time traveling is thinking and going back to the past or going forward. So I made that reference because I've been hearing a lot, like, if you do this, you're gonna explode, whatever. And I think that's bullshit. I think, again, there's some things in there that were snuck in to pay attention to that information, and I didn't make that connection until just kind of thinking about this, that just altering time slightly, and that he comes back because his things happen better for his parents because he went back, you know. So it makes my brain hurt trying to figure that all out. All right, we're seasoned masters. Okay, so waiting in that sacred preparation. So a lot of us has been in this sacred pause, a sacred preparation. Okay, holding the frequency and energy. So this is what kind of came through this morning after that realization of journaling. So we are the bridge generation. We hold the memory of the old world while also holding the vision of the new. So this came through a channel, YouTube, that I listen to pretty much daily. I resonate deeply with this particular channel. So we hold the memory of the old world while also holding the vision of the new. We understand the language of limitation while being able to speak the language of possibilities. We can translate between those who are still asleep and those who are waking up. Okay, offering context and comfort in both directions. So this is like, I'm listening and re-listening and trying to write this down, so it's a little messy here. So sacred calling, your sacred calling is not a burden. Okay, not a burden. All right, so here's again 722-811-808-1122. All right, it always seems impossible until it's done. So pay attention to your kids. My kid went over the calendar, 2208 on the clock. My kid went over the calendar, and I usually get calendars that have quotes on them. And I was like, "What you doing?" He's flipping the calendar. So this came from November. It always seems impossible until it's done. I thought that was brilliant. And again, I was meant to see that, and then I was inspired to write it down and inspired to share it with you. So someone needs to hear that. It always seems impossible until it's done. And then the next month was wisdom begins in wonder. So wisdom begins in wonder. Okay. So also some of the music. So if you haven't heard Bella International, go listen to that song. Bella International, it is done, it is done, it is done. So I believe it, I receive it. I believe it, I receive it. It is done, adventures, here I come. So these are some lyrics. It is done, adventures, here I come. I believe it, I receive it. I am golden, I am chosen. Blessings come, love is risen. Together we shine. It is done, it is done. All right, so that's by Bella International. Take a look at that. And then my son's stuffed turkey has been looking at me. I saw a turkey this morning, so turkey could be a key code for you. And then the song Heroes of the Night. So no coincidence that I didn't realize that there was that. I mentioned the series Heroes. Again, you might need to see that. And then the song Heroes of the Night was the last song that came up in my playlist. So 2330. I'm going to pull one Earth Magic card, and then if I feel called, I'll do like another type of a card pull later. Maybe when the kiddos home. He usually likes to pull some cards with me. I'm going to finish my bowl of watermelon. 2344 on the clock. And I just want to make sure that I am good on time. So I saw the creation card on the bottom. We're here to create. We are creator beings. And we've woken up to the fact that that's what we are. All right. What do we need to know, source, for the collective for this one-time oracle card pull to finish this video for today? Grounding. So literally, it's the same picture on the back. So again, going back to grounding. Go outside, put your feet in the dirt, hug a tree if it's cold. Salt baths. Grounding with essential oils, burning incense, bringing earth inside, holding onto stones, intentionally grounding, playing high frequency grounding. I've got the Schumann resonance frequency going in the background right now. There's many ways you can ground. All right, so definitely need to ground. And I'm going to do one more. So we've got creation, which is dream time. We're creating in our dream time, and then we're pulling that down from the ethers into our reality. I saw the blessings card that came out the other day, and there's the emergence. I said emergence, this came out the other day. So we're all emerging. We've got those lotus flowers, the dragonflies, the crown of flowers. Our crown chakras are expanding. Our third eyes are expanding. Again, I had an orange lily that kind of looks like an orange lily there. So the 2 dragonflies on her head. So there you go, guys. I hope you have a beautiful day. If I don't see you anytime else today, I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Love you. Bye.